Hey wrenchers, BV Matson here. Happy Thursday night. Roger, how are you? Good to see you, man. Switch things up a little bit different view. I gotta get used to looking to my right. That's what I gotta get used to. I'm gonna dig that Honda rack out tomorrow. See what the postage will be. Dude, let me know. I'm sure it's not gonna be cheap and it'll take forever. It doesn't matter. Let me know what that is, dude. That is gonna be pure gold on this motorcycle that's back there, dude. Roger, that would be amazing. That'd be the best Christmas present I got in a long time. That would be amazing. How you been? What you been up to? We're getting our first snow in Michigan, so it's getting kind of crazy. Gavin's in. Only going to be here for a little while. That's no problem, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for contributing to the chat, too. You got a thing to attend. We all got the things to attend. That ain't no big deal. I think tonight's going to be kind of a chill stream. I think I want to focus on trying to deal with these gauges because they're really the last thing that I got to deal with on the front end of the bike, minus the front wheel, which I'm totally procrastinating. I hate doing wheels, man. Wheels suck. They take a lot of work, and those spokes are a pain. Part of me thinks like maybe it would be easier just to re-spoke and lace it all up again and go that route and get the truing stand out and do that. But then part of me is like, man, these wheels aren't that bad. They're going on the Apocalypse bike, and I think they could work. So I'm still torn. We might tear into those. Wheels are back here tonight, hanging out. We're going to go with the 18s, 18 on front, 18 on back. I do just want to make sure that that fender and everything's going to work. So we might try to mate that up a little bit just to see what that's all going to look like. And then over here, we're going to kind of work on these gauges, get these things cleaned up, make sure we've got all the pieces, everything that we're going to need to make sure we do good work on these. I got to go and hunt down just a couple of these rubber seats. I think I got a couple of them laying around because this one doesn't have any. There's none of them on here. Had all my nuts and bolts laying over here as well. Oh, wait. Nope, that's not one. That's not one. Shoot, I was hoping that might be it, but nope. This looks like this might be for that rear headlight. Something. It's all good. So what you guys been up to, Roger, Gavin? What you guys been doing? Working on anything? Winter has officially hit here in Michigan, so I think I'm just emotionally trying to cope with that. I'm so glad I have the space down here, though, to keep myself occupied and do good stuff. So, I don't know. Let's dive in here, start seeing what we've got. All the bulbs are there. We'll have to test all these bulbs for sure. I'm going to bet 1 out of 4 is probably good. So, we'll probably need to go hunt down some bulbs for this stuff. No worries. But then here's kind of the plan. Let me get you a little overhead light. I need a switch on this one light. It would really help me out. But this will help you guys out, I think. Let me know if it's better or worse. Should be way better. So I want to clean them up just a little bit, but I also want to deal with some of the nicks and gouging that's going on. Gavin, not much going on. I hear you. It's kind of just a weird holiday lull right now. Work's really busy, but it's kind of a lull for sure. This one's in not bad shape, but here it's going to need to be repainted. So the plan is to tape off, clean off all this, and then tape this all off. And then where there are really bad nicks, I think I'm just going to do some glazing spot putty and get that on there. And then we can sand that off nice and smooth. Now what I can do this weekend, heat up a little corner of the garage and paint these things black. They'll look good, but we want to protect these because, again, these faces are in really good shape. They just need to be cleaned up. So I'm going to head over here, grab a little bit of materials. You guys should see how freaking organized my stuff is right now. I had a freaking cleaning party. Look at this. Fluids. Random drill bits, bolts, streaming, cleaners, polishing, sandpaper, towels, degreasers. There's the streamer there. All the manuals, everything are there. My cutting pads, random tools, all my random tools down there now. And man, look, I don't think my tool chest has ever looked this good, or my tool wall. Everything is pretty much hanging there. I've got a few tools off the board right now because we're dealing with that. So, Gavin, you're going to start your driver's education? Good for you, man. I had to take my driver's course in the middle of the winter, and it happened to be a blizzard. I literally took my driver's education test, or my driver's test to get my license during a blizzard. They passed me. I think they felt bad for me though, but they passed me. I made it through. I think I got like the lowest score possible, but it was a blizzard. Good luck with that. That's a fun time, man. That's like kind of getting your freedom a little bit. That's fun. Super clean. I've got some of that. I just need some cleaner, some basic cleaner stuff. Some WD-40 could maybe be helpful with some of these bolts. I did buy a little bit of plastic polish, which I wanted to try out tonight. Have you guys ever tried this stuff? This Wizards motorcycle plastic. Never tried it. Maybe give it a whirl tonight, see how it does on these gauges. I think that'll be a really good place to start. I just want to grab a couple of quick kind of Windex wipes just to get the clean on. You guys remember from the last stream, man? Put these the speedometer cushion inside this bag with all of these Armor All wipes. Well, I can just feel it from the outside of the bag that these things are becoming nice and pliable. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is soft. That is wonderful, wonderful to see. Yeah, so basically, I'm telling you, just time. So it's been a week since our last stream. We put these in almost a week ago, exactly. And over the week, this thing has just rehydrated itself. It's even expanded a little bit. It's even expanded just a little bit. It's a lot looser. Look, before, if I would have done this with it, it would have totally cracked and broke. How's the other one doing? Let's take a look. I'm just going to leave them in here. Yeah, this one looks almost, this one's a little bit, well, so this one was all kind of cracked up to begin with. This one wasn't cracked. This one's in really good shape. This one's a little cracked up, but this one's pliable now. Like, look at that. It's pliable. It's better. This one needs a little bit more work. It could use a little bit more love. But then when I go ahead and put that in there, I might put just a swipe of silicone or something on that to seal that up just a little bit. But these are two usable ones, man. I was on eBay looking like a week or so ago. And man, they were like 20 or 30 bucks a crack, I think it was. It was ridiculousness how much people were wanting for those things. I'm going to actually stick this one down in the middle here. Yep. Thrilling times on the Keep On Wrenching live stream, huh? I do enjoy these things, though. Man, I look forward to them every week. I kind of am feeling like Thursday nights are going to be the night. It just seems to feel right, kind of fits into what I'm doing during the week. So I'm thinking these Thursday streams are going to be the way to go for me. But we'll see. I'm going to try to make sure you try to get all the air you can out of this thing. Just like that. And we will just keep them in this bag until we need them. We'll just put them away and make sure they don't get knocked over or bashed in or anything. But let's see what we've got. I just got some glass cleaner here. Got one of these tabs. I can't find my Windex bottle. I have a whole bottle of Windex, but I got these things laying around. So let's just give this a clean and see what we're working with on this. These are in pretty good shape. Thanks so much for joining the stream tonight, guys. It's fun when people start piling in the room, so welcome to all the viewers. I'm not doing anything revolutionary tonight, nothing crazy. Who knows? It's early yet. We might get into something. But for the most part, I really want to focus on these gauges. I got a little distracted last week and didn't really get to it. So just try and clean off as much of this as we can. Do a good wipey wipe. That gauge face looks beautiful. That's going to be okay. Look at that. There is just a layer of just muck and grime on this, though. See this one? This one's a little bit faded around the edges, but I kind of dig it. I don't really mind. One thing I do want to look at as well tonight is I do have another set of gauges, and they're from a later model. I think they're off like a 73, where they had the 3 lights, indicator lights. It's going to be great. Hey, Tony. Thanks for joining the stream, man. 5 Dirty Bikers podcast. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Bike's looking good, man. Yeah, man. I am pretty pleased. I haven't even given people a tour of what's going on here. But I got busy. I got really busy this weekend working on this. Got the whole back end put together on it. Ryder, welcome to the stream tonight, man. Thanks for joining. Got these black shocks. Absolutely love this. Let me move you. We'll go freestyle here for a little while. But there's Tula Tom's fender right here, polished up pretty good. It's got a little patina, is that what they like to say? You know, some of the chrome's kind of spotty through. It'll require, you know, to keep it maintained, you're gonna want to keep this thing really, really clean. But got the lights all wired, pushed up through there, which is awesome. And these black shocks, I don't know, man. I'm kind of in love with this. I'm really liking it. I like the way that it just kind of bleeds right in to the swing arm. We got that all mounted in, looking really, really good. Side covers. I'm just waiting for the seat, guys. The seat is going to be here tomorrow. That's what the tracking is saying, that it could be here tomorrow. I am so excited about that. I'm going to step over, give you a look-see over here. This is kind of the big question that I've got at this point, is this front fender. I'm leaning very hard because this thing is roached. There's no polishing that, guys. It is scratched through all the way down. It's not a survivor. It's barely holding on. So I'm thinking I'm going to paint it. What I'm debating is, and I would love your opinion on it, paint it black or paint it silver. Black or silver on that fender. A black fender would just kind of blend in with the wheel. That could look kind of cool. Or if I paint it the silver, just like the tank, that could look pretty special too. But there she is. I love the black bars, just kind of the all black look that we're going with on this thing. I'm digging it. Got that original headlight bucket sitting up there. We'll get all those lights going. You think black? Black, Tony. Okay. Any other votes on color of that fender? You know, I was also kind of dancing around the idea with this because, again, God, I wish we could take it over to the table. I'll show you how absolutely terrible this is. But the other idea I had was, remember early on when I was just going to rhino line the whole motorcycle and everything was just going to be like truck bed liner? Well, I was thinking maybe something like that could look kind of cool here as well. So maybe it doesn't even have to be a polished black or anything. It could just be like a rhino line kind of a thing. If I did that, I would be very tempted to do that to the rear fender as well. But again, kind of torn on that. But yeah, I mean, we're here. We got the battery installed. Air boxes are in place. Wiring harness is laying down here. That's going to get ready to go. I'll probably tackle that pretty soon. I think I'll be getting to that pretty soon. But there it is, all its glory so far. I want to make sure that front wheel works on that front wheel that's laying down there by the blue table. I want to make sure that that's going to work. I don't see why it wouldn't. If anything, the fender might end up being a little bit higher off the tire, but that doesn't really bother me a whole lot with the style of the bike that we're going for here. So, Gavin, say black. Okay, what about the rhino line? Do you think that's just too aggressive? It might be a little bit too aggressive with a classy paint job is how it ultimately came out. It came out to be a pretty classy paint job. All right, we got 2 blacks. That's it. And we might have to go that route, man. Again, we're just trying to clean up some gauges tonight. See if we, I got to paint them, so we won't get them mounted tonight, but get them cleaned up, get them ready for paint. And I just want to see what we're working with here. This one's glass is in better shape than this one. This one's got some dirt. Kind of feels like it's underneath. Doesn't really want to come off there. It feels like it's coming from underneath, which is kind of weird. But this glass, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Don't mind. But back to what I was talking about. The Gavin, the Rhino line, that might work. Or the silver, which one? I had another set of gauges. Here they are. Here they are. Oh yeah, I got to remember that because I've changed my camera angle. I can now go over here and get things and then come back and then say, awesome, well, here's that set of gauges and everything's freaking wonderful. Let's take a closer look. And then we can go down here and we can take a closer look at things. You know, kind of fun, right? No wheels, David, no wheels yet. But what I wanted to see is if these could be mounted somehow on this bike. This mount is totally different, but I do kind of like this. I think this is kind of cool. I know, Gavin, it's up to me, and it ultimately will be, but I always love getting a little bit of feedback. Like, can I mount these on the old, on this frame, on this? Like, would this work on there? And then, like, could I just drill a couple holes to mount this on here? You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Because, I don't know, this is kind of cool, and this would be really easy to wire. It's just, you know, just a different location for that. The difference as well to pay attention to is that you wouldn't need all of the different bulbs and indicators that are in these, right? So here is neutral and power, I think, are on here. You know, so I wouldn't need this. Kind of got to figure out which direction I want to go with it. I like that this odometer says 2,297. That's kind of cool. But I was thinking of tearing these down and seeing, because I need to use this plate on this bike. I don't see where this would mount because these would go to some mounts on the triple tree. And we have a different kind of triple tree on this one. So here's another version, right? I've got the one without the top clamps, it just slides on. And I believe this just goes on here like that. So in order to use this, I would have to figure out a way to modify this mount. What do you think? Is it worth even trying to dabble into? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys. I'm kind of torn. I'll give you guys a little bit of elevation. I'm working a little close to the edge right now. There we go. So yeah, kind of read what I'm writing on that one. This one, interestingly, I'm glad I noticed this. This one doesn't have any bulbs, so this is a newer gauge too. That looks like the mounting plate from the 450. This black one, probably, I would guess. Yeah, let's get these gauges off. Here's another thing to note, man. Watching this. This is straight. This has a little bit of an angle on the mount. Not sure. I'd kind of want to go out and look at the other bikes to see what's going on. So it's got a straight shaft. This one's coming out just a little bit at an angle. I wonder, well, I'm just wondering. So this is just a backlight, actually. Never mind. This is just a backlight on the gauge, and then here's all of our indicators. Backlight, neutral, signal. That's what that is. Yep. So just trying to think through here. Like, why couldn't I just do this? Is there enough room between these gauges when they're on there to be able to do that? That is the other question. So yeah. Brian, no, these are just a mix of gauges that I just have laying around. I think these I've had for, these might have been from the last week's bike, but I have another set just like that. I do have another set of those. Oh, I forgot. Changed my camera. Dude, I got pretty organized over here, too. I'm actually really impressed with myself. I thought I had another set of gauges back here as well. I'm starting to get a ridiculous amount of parts right now. Like, it's getting... I'm kind of at the... I got to start using stuff and getting rid of stuff, because it's getting a little wonky back here. There might be a couple other gauges here. Huh, I swear there was one. Yes, there's one. Don't mind me as I dive back into the part. Oh, damn, I was just looking for this. I was just looking for this today. I knew I had one, and I was talking to somebody who thought he might need one. There's a rectifier. This is a Spark Moto rectifier. I can use that on this bike, actually. That would be perfect. Thought there was another one of those lights. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff back there. This is getting ridiculous. We got lots of gauges. This one, I'm going to be able to salvage my rear cushions that I need on this one. So that's perfect. I can salvage this. This one's totally junked out. This might be fun just to tear into one of these, because this one's totally broken. That might be kind of fun. Oh, there looks like there might be a cushion in here that we might be able to salvage too. Yeah. And a couple more little covers. And there is another. I know that I have another one of these. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this sounds like kind of a fun adventure. What do you guys think? You guys game? There's a seal. Yeah, so there's one complete gauge that's just destroyed. And guys, taking these things apart is misery. It is misery because you have to like decrimp this silver band. And I don't know how the hell you like in a classy way put this back together, because once it gets kind of uncrimped, you're kind of screwed. So I hope you never have to dive into your gauges. This is just what's laying in the bottom of a parts bin. Oh, this is interesting. So here's a lens. I wonder if this would be kind of cool if this is clean. This is worth putting into an envelope or something, saving it just in case it's got the rubber seal right here as well. Shoot. It's all pretty pliable. Pretty dirty. I don't see any scratches or anything in this. Huh. Yeah, and this rubber, look at this rubber seal here. I've never really dove into gauges before. Yeah, this is just a rubber, kind of a rubber O-ring. See if I can get this off here. It seems to like want to come off. So I could really clean it well and rehydrate this rubber piece, which would be great. Again, just try to save that piece. Save as much as you can. Yeah. So you got a busted glass on your Speedo or your tack. It would be an adventure to go in and fix one. But it's totally doable. I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. I'm going to take... This is just one of those Armor All wipes. I'll wipe this down. There's a lot of different ways you can take it. Yeah, I'm just curious if I mount these onto this plate, if I can just drill holes for this light bracket. Like if there's enough room between them. Because that would be easy to do that. I'm just not sure how that's going to line up. It might just look stupid. Because it does, like, look at the gap. I don't recall there being this big of a gap on the CB ones, and sadly, you know, I have to use this. So it's the only way it would look clean is to use that original one. So I'm just going to take this on the Armor All, this band. I'm going to wrap this up. Bam, bam, bam. And I'm going to grab my lens, put my lens here, and I think it's totally worth experimenting with, man. I think some cool stuff could come out of it, for sure. I'm just going to take this lens and that rubber and just throw it in a Ziploc bag. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Get as much of the air out of it as you can and put it with all the other stuff. We're saving parts. I love saving parts, guys. Oh, man. We just kind of got right into it. I'm going to do a Founders All-Day IPA tonight. Take it easy. Cheers. Thanks for joining the stream. And also, coffee. I just got to have coffee all the time. Yeah, Gavin, I'm totally with you, man. It's just, how do I want it to look? I just want it to look clean. But I just really like these lights. I just think they're cool. And I think it would look cool on there. I'm just not sure how this is going to work out. So I guess I could try. Let's see, where are my two that I've got here? So that's for a backlight. You got to kind of look at these gauge plates and stuff too. Make sure you're getting the right ones. So this would go on here like that, essentially. So go to my nuts and bolts. We can mock this up real quick without the gauges, just to see if it'll even fit. Let me go to my nuts and bolts. And I think, oh yeah, it went like this. Whoops, what am I doing? There we go, like that and like this. Yeah, and it's already kind of a blended bike. So I've got parts from 1970, or a 71, a 72. So it's kind of those two bikes, and then whatever else I'm coming up with on this other end is going to be there. So like if I end up doing saddlebags or something like that, you like how I freed them? Yep. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, so there's a little bit of I might be able to move them out just a little bit if I need to. Might be able to get away with that. And this would go here. But yeah, I'm very curious. The only reason why I'm going down this rabbit hole is because I just really freaking like this light. I just love the high beam, turn, neutral. It's like beam, beam, beam. It's all right there, really clean. I like it. And I'm calling this build a 71 CL just because that's it. Yeah, people will destroy me for my rationale, but it says 71 on it, on the frame. It's actually a K4. It's a 72, but is that going to fit in there? No, it would need just a. It wouldn't need much. But then every time you got to get at your fork oil, do you want to have to take the gauges out? Because then the gauges are going to come over the top. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Unless I do have extras of these. What if I offset these holes just a little bit? What if I did that? I have a bunch of these. I'm looking at like 5 of them right now. What if I just offset that hole? Just drill this hole over here. And then do the same thing on this one. Drill that hole over here. I think that would get me the distance that I need. The gauge would be out just a little bit more. The gauge would only maybe move that much. Huh. I'm kind of feeling that. What do you guys think? I think that would work. Brian, what pipes am I going to put on this? Well, let's take a look at that, actually. I'll show you. I'm going to go with these. See me back here. I can even hold them up over on the bike if you want. Ooh. I'm going to go with the 68 CL pipes on it, I think. there's a black cover that goes over this. So I have a pretty much, we went through it on a live stream. It's got one hole in it that needs to be patched here. Not the big deal. But I'm leaning towards this. I'm leaning towards cleaning these up, getting the rust all off of them, and then wrapping them black. That's kind of the plan, and then it'll have a black cover, black. This will all get polished out. You know, this will clean up enough so there's a little bit of a silver hint there. But yeah, black, wrap it, do a CL pipe on it. That's the plan. That is the plan right now. Whether or not, you know, that's what ends up happening, who freaking knows? Who knows, man? Nice, Gavin. Good. The motorcycle gods are working with you, dude. You know, I think we should try this. I think we should try this. I've got enough parts. Yeah, this is like the first bike, Brian, that I'm kind of having a little bit of freedom with. It's not 100% restoration, kind of like my first two builds. This one's just, it's two bikes that have kind of are completing each other in a way. It really is. It's like these two bikes that I ended up with. It's like the parts that were bad on one were good on the other, and it's like I'm just marrying those together. But I think the black wrapped CL, and it's the old style CL. Like, go look at pictures of like 68, 69 CLs, and it'll be cool. Now, I could change my mind. I do have a set of regular CB pipes that I could put on it. The only thing is that I have a CL side cover on that other side. So I'd have to find another side cover. Either way, there's going to be gives and takes on all this stuff. Figure out which way it ends up. But it really is just like two bikes came together and they're becoming one. You're not a huge fan of the CL pipe? Yeah, I think they look really, really cool. They're just a pain in the butt to put on and take off. Oh, Jesus. How the hell did I put that on there so tight? I didn't use a wrench or anything. I must just be that strong. I don't even know my own strength. All right, I just noticed something here too. These gauges, well, these gauges don't freaking matter because I'm not going to use them. But see how these later gauges, now these are probably off a 72 or a 73. Gauges are totally different. Here's the bottom cowls here. This has a newer style cushion in it, which you can find. I think it's these older style ones that are really hard to find. But yeah, so these gauges are actually totally different, and they do have that side peg too. So I don't know, that's interesting. It's interesting. It also looks like all the lights and everything are all encapsulated inside the covers instead of like how they're exposed on the older style. So they like put all this in there. These could be off of something different. You know, Tyler, these could be off of a 500 or 550 or whatever. They could be off a little bit bigger bike too. Who knows? Who friggin' knows, man? I don't know. I have no idea. So I think we're going to try that. You don't even really feel them, Brian. They're just there, you know. And the heat shields are kind of nice for sure. That's one thing that I would have to be kind of on the search for, would be one of those heat shields. I'm sure that's not going to be fun to freaking find. So now I just want to make sure that there would be enough space in this. Because I could do two little holes for these to fall into, just like they are on here. So if you look here, see there's like two guide holes and then a hole there. I could totally drill that right there. I guess it would sit there like that. Oh, wait. Wait, which way does it go? It goes this way, I think. Right? I better figure that out too before I keep going as well. But yeah, I think we're going to try it. I think it's worth trying. So these are my two good ones that I can polish up very, very nicely. Here's one sacrifice, and here's another sacrifice. And it's not really a sacrifice. I think all I'm going to do is just use this hole right here as a pilot on one. And then just use that little hole there as a pilot on the other. This one feels like it's missing one little part. 73 CLK4. Yeah, these are definitely newer for sure. If they came off of a 73, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Fatter housing, yep. This one actually feels like it's missing like one little piece in here. And I do recall seeing it. I do recall seeing it at one point. Huh, interesting. All right, let's keep diving in. Hey, I do want to just throw this on here real quick as well. That the Keep on Wrenching Facebook group grew by a freaking lot. It grew by actually quite a bit this last week. We picked up 4 new members, like right out of the gate, which was fantastic. So we're up to 54 members now in this darn group. And if you haven't joined yet, just go to Keep on Wrenching community group on Facebook, join that stuff. But, you know, Victoria, man, she just crushed it on this paint job here. All right. Look at this. Did all her cases. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty clean. There were some other details, too, that I saw on this that I was like, damn, that was, like, really good. Where was it? Oh, yeah, here we go. I thought there was one more. There we go. Yeah, check this out. Look at these black bands that got painted into those cases. It's pretty cool. I love this. Couldn't wait. I mocked it up. We've all been there. You paint something, you get too excited. But yeah, this community group's a lot of fun sharing progress and doing stuff like that. Brian, considering getting back on Facebook just for the page? Yeah, you can lock down everything else. You can do that. So yeah, and then also the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to see your subscription. I'm trying to push out a regular variety of content throughout each week, just trying to get stuff out there. So please go and join that stuff. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you do too. So I kind of feel like getting crazy, getting the drill out, start doing some mock-up, see if we can make stuff look different, look unique. So let's see. I know I had a power drill down here at one point. It's the only thing I always lose are like any type of power tool. They just disappear on me all the time. There's my torque driver. Don't have that. Oh, what in the world did I do with it? Well, shoot. Have some cases getting vapor honed. Pretty excited to see how they turn out. Engine was pretty crusty. I've got a, 5 pounds or something of baking soda in my, or blasting soda in my garage right now. And I have a soda blasting kit. And I'm kind of tempted to do a lot of stuff with that and just to try. So that vapor honing stuff is amazing. People doing that stuff is absolutely incredible. So, dude, they're going to turn out beautiful. How can they not? How can they not? They're guaranteed. Probably beats all the hours and hours and hours that I put in hand freaking polishing with Scotch-Brite and steel wool on that other engine for sure. That sucked. That sucked. But it came out very, 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 very well. Do I not have a drill? Where is my drill? It's going to be a bummer. I'm going to have to get my old school wood drill out. Oh well. Pivot. We'll just pivot. Here's what I really want to get at. This was my mission tonight. I'm not going to get distracted. First off, this glass is really nice and clean, so I'm just going to stay here with this and get you guys back down here so you get a little bit better shot. What's going on? I just want to tape this off. I don't want to scratch up this glass, and I want to get at all of these nicks. Now, this is thick frickin' paint. So I just want to try something. So to do this, I just got my painter's tape. Start working this around into the edges. So I'd be so pissed if I, like, you know, sprayed a bunch of paint on this and then trying to wipe it all off, I scratch it up, or the paint has some sort of a weird reaction to something. Squirrel, 100%. That's where my brain is at now. Everything's a squirrel. What? Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed that, you know? This is what it is. Take this stuff off and just make sure you get down in the grooves really, really well. Yeah, I was never a fan of like the digital gauges and stuff. Like in the 80s, I remember seeing, you know, motorcycles, and it was like all like red LED numbers, like almost like alarm clock kind of stuff. I never liked that. I always just liked these old gauges. You know, they just look cool. Put one more layer over on here, and then basically just gonna X-Acto knife this out. So we have a nice clean corner, and we can go to town with my craziness tonight. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, God, it's all pitted. I don't want to like just strip it, because I don't know what that would do. And these aren't really metal. I don't think these cases. They're like a plastic of some kind. It's really hard to pay attention. You know, there are a million things. I mean, I could start wiring in right now. I could start doing this right now. I mean, I think we've all been there, though. And then what ends up happening is that you don't get anything done. And you don't get anything done. I'm a pretty big victim of that. Although this weekend, I freaking crushed it. I crushed it, man. I cleaned this whole area and organized everything, and felt really good about it. Like, I came back down into the shop on Monday, and I was like, oh, it feels nice. The energy was nice in the shop. It was getting a little crazy beans. Like, there was just too much happening, and my brain couldn't really focus. Just trying to carefully, as clean as possible, work my way around this gauge. Definitely wouldn't want me doing surgery on your knee or anything like that. You wouldn't want that. A very sharp blade helps. Go around one more time just to make sure. Just like that. So parts that don't get severed. Brian, like watching YouTube while you're trying to strip the funk off your stator cover. That's a good, hey dude, we're working on stuff together then, right? That would be really cool if, you know, we could do stuff like that, like try to include like a live stream from a viewer in your shop. The possibilities are freaking endless. Like, my whole approach to this channel is just like, let it happen. You know, whatever's going to happen with this stuff, it's going to happen. So, it's all good. Something to be said for having a clean shop. Absolutely. Absolutely, Tyler, man. Like, the whole energy in here was just very different. As soon as I came in here, I was like, oh, okay. I kind of feel where I'm at now. I can approach things this way. So now I can take this off. I'm not going to scratch the hell out of my glass. And I can get a little crazy here, because what I don't like about I don't like these big chips in this glass, like at all. Or not the glass, in the around here. It's deep. There's like there's an edge to it. Like, if you just paint it, I think it's going to look weird. So what I wanted to do is just to see how hard is this stuff to get off of here? So can I just go around on it, clean it up? Go around this one more time. Or can I just pick it off with my finger? Oh, well, I can just pull this off with just my fingertips. So that's nice. So basically, I think what I would do is I'm going to pull this all the way back to kind of the crown here. And just get a nice calm edge. And then sand it. Just really, really, really lightly. Just sand it really lightly. The trick is getting into all these spots. This would seem like a really great spot to use the dental pick, but this is really soft stuff. I think you would end up scratching the hell out of it. I really do. I see a razor blade, kind of the same deal. I'd be worried that I would scratch this up. It's really soft. It bends. I think I would just end up putting a bunch of grooves into it. We can try it and be really careful with it. But I need to clean this off, because this, if I don't get this off, I'll just, I don't know, I'll be annoyed. Every time I look at my gauge, I'll be like, boy, I did a real crappy job of painting that. You know, you just got to take the time. Take the time to do it. Then you're going to be happy with it. I'm trying to look for something kind of soft that I do have a little razor blade. I wonder if like the flat edge of a like a feeler gauge might work. It's not really sharp. I could try Scotch-Brite. I don't think that's going to be coarse enough. We can try it. We can try it. Yeah, I feel like that's just gonna, I got a giant pad right here. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. It's got to be like chipped off. Got a razor blade here. See if this would work. I just don't want to scratch it up. Okay. Good call. Razor blade's working. I'm going pretty flat. Like I'm keeping it pretty much right at the angle that this edge is at. Not gouging into it. So yeah, this is going to work perfect. Thanks for the suggestion. Who said that? Brian, I doubted you. I defied the legion of Brians. But see, like it does, if you're not really careful, you're going to get these little scratches in there. This is where I need one of those ASMR mics, man. An ASMR mic would be perfect. Yeah, I don't like those scratches, though. You gotta be so careful. Yeah, I'm trying just to get underneath it and lift it off, but it's still scratching it just a little bit. Okay, so we've tried that. I wonder, and I am lacking power down here so bad. I can't believe I'm not like blowing breakers all the time. I wonder if we can do something with the Dremel. Knock that stuff off. Know what I mean? I don't know why Dremel had to make these damn screws in the top of their bits, like their sanding bits. So small. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to use a sanding pad necessarily, though. I could. I got really fine sanding pad. Let's try it. Hey, I would love that, Brian. Or are you talking about using power tools? I do tend to take the long way towards stuff, but it's because I'm not in a hurry. I really don't care. And I also really like that, you don't really need to buy a bunch of tools to do stuff. Tools are a huge plus. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of this stuff you can just do. Okay, I'm going to turn this way the fuck down. A little nervous. The power tool's working pretty good. Just got to be really, really careful. Like barely touching it. Let me give you a better shot. Man, this is tricky angles tonight, boys and girls. Yeah, you just gotta like nick it and it'll come off. Don't want to leave it there too long though. This will help make a nice clean line though too. Those foam sanding cones. I don't have any. Again, I'm limited by what I have. This is doing fine. It's coming out really clean. It's scuffing it up, but it's not scuffing it up like any worse than anything else. And plus, we will be painting it again, so I can go over it with sandpaper. So I don't know why I'm worrying so much about it. That doesn't mean that I have to like start getting all careless either, though. Be like, oh yeah, it's no big deal, I'll just sand it. And then I like start putting huge gouges and stuff, you know. Talk to Santa. Well, I did ask Santa this year for a set of 6-sided metric wrenches. I have like a mismatched set of wrenches, and a lot of them aren't the ones that grip the nut head really perfectly, you know. I like the 6-sided ones. They are pretty good. Yeah, this is working good, and I should be able to get around this edge and make that nice and clean. Again, I thought I was gonna like use some like Bondo kind of filler, Bondo this all up, and let that dry and deal with it. But if I can get this to work out and then just do a nice hand sand on it, as long as there's not like jagged edges, something that you can blend together, I'll feel good about it. Yeah, this is the ticket. Power tools for the win. Yeah, if I could like do that, if I could do exactly that all the way around, just get a nice clean line, it'll look great. Yeah, it's definitely chips. So you gotta go really light with it, for sure. Doing some ASMR action, man. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of fun. So I want to make it nice and clean all the way around. I think that'll do her. I haven't gotten that far, Tyler. I was thinking about, I do have that nice professional Rust-Oleum. No, was it Rust-Oleum Professional? It's kind of a gloss black. That would pop off of the flat gauges. How did I miss that entire section? Yeah, well, let's dull my razor blades. Sometimes, guys, I really wonder, what in the hell is this guy thinking? There. Now I think all I really need to do at this point is protect this chrome ring here. So I'll tape this all up. And once I get this taped up, then I can just light sand all of this. But that's going to be fine. That's going to get rid of that jagged edge. I really like that. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work fine. Kind of all in, man. I got to go find my drill. I might need to run away for like 2 minutes and go grab my drill. Trying to think of like where it is that I used it last. Like, what was I doing? I don't remember. Who freaking knows? Yeah, this will work. I'm going to go a couple layers on this because there's going to be sandpaper involved here. So, hey man, I did my 500 same way you're doing it, but I used sandpaper. I did it by hand 25 years ago, and I painted it with lacquer, primer, and shiny black lacquer, and it still looks brand new. Awesome. Hopefully I can follow in that example, Charles. I'm going to try to do a good job. That's the main thing. I want to try to do a good job. So the other thing I'm going to do is before I start sanding on this, is I'm going to make sure all this is covered too. So I don't want all the dust and stuff going inside there, because miraculously it's probably going to find its way into my gauge, and then I'm going to have all this damn dust and stuff inside my gauge. You know how that goes. We don't want to deal with that, you know. I'll cover that up. I gotta find that damn drill. And then, like, also, guys, if I am, like, overthinking something, and or, you know, it's like, hey, dummy, you can't do that because of XYZ, please let me know in the chat. Because I'm just kind of rolling with it, man. This bike has definitely been just all right, let's do that. It's been just kind of pivotal moments that happen. And start working on the aesthetics of the bike and the details and the little stuff like that. So, boom, I'm done with the power tools for now on this one, because we'll have to do the other one. I don't know whether or not to do that on stream or not. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be taking that long. But I'm going to work my way through just a variety of sandpaper. I feel like a 6 would be a good start, and then roll through. I wish I had like an 8. I could do a 6 to a 1500, but I need something in the middle. I need like 1,000 or something. You can't just go 6 to 1500. That's a little awkward. You kind of got to go in order a little bit. I could go all the way up to 2,000. I could go up to, what do I got, 2,500? I just want like a sheet of 1,000. That's all I want. 600. I've never been able to find 800. I've never been able to find that. They never stock it. Here we go. Here's a sheet of 1,000 right here. Right there. Bam. That'll be perfect. Perfect. And then, hey guys, another little discovery that I had is I was going through rubber gloves like crazy. Dude, just buy one of, for the stuff that's not crazy, where you're not changing out and it's not like totally life-ending, just get yourself a pair of normal kind of work gloves. So I've got these that I'm going to start using for kind of sanding and stuff. And then I've got these that I'm using for mostly like oil and like really dirty, rusty, terrible stuff. And but these are going to work out great for this. So get some gloves. Man, I was going through so many boxes of gloves. And those gloves are not cheap. And everybody wants the damn gloves right now. So like my AutoZone was completely out of them. Completely out of them. So I'm going to start with 600. I'm just going to do a 600 pass. Clean this up. Nice around this edge. All the way around. Just clean it up really, 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 really well. And then what we'll do, come back around over with 1,000. And basically, I just kind of want to scuff this surface up till it's kind of flat and contoured. I need this on the table while I'm doing this. Otherwise, it's like, I'm like working with my hands up, and it's like, I'm not going to get anything done that way. Now I can get to work on this. And I'm really going to focus on this front edge to try and blend this all in together. Rotate your sandpaper so you're always making progress. That's the other thing too, guys. Because that stuff fills up, you know. It fills up and then it's not doing any work. All you're doing is moving dirt around. That's all you're doing. Or moving, you know, the shavings and stuff. You're just moving that stuff around. You're going to go through a lot more sandpaper than you think you are on most projects. So, again, I just want to go for a nice smooth look here. So Charles used a lacquer primer and a black lacquer paint to do his 25 years ago. Yeah, since I started having so many paint reactions with lacquer paints, like I didn't understand that whole rule. Like, what is the rule? It's like lacquer over enamel or something just like destroys it. There's like a chemical reaction. I don't even want to say how many freaking times I did that without learning a lesson and like understanding that, oh, it's not just me, it's the chemicals in the paint that are doing this to you, you know. It's yeah. So yeah, lacquer, and then I think you can do enamel over lacquer, but you have to let it rest. Am I wrong about that? Something like that. It's something. There's some saying that people have. I'm gonna really hit this edge on this. I think this is actually gonna work, guys. I think this is actually gonna look pretty good. And then I gotta find a drill, because I do wanna use that. Oh, sanding. God, how many freaking hours did I spend sanding on the 70 and the 72? I wish there was like a little tally like in a video game where you could go back and like see how much have you slept, how much have you done this. So I guess you can with your fitness apps, but not like stuff like that unless you're like totally tracking everything every day, like through a time track toggle or something like that. Who's got time for that? You'd have to have a toggle for how much time you spend toggling. Kind of digging this, guys. Yeah, man, I know this isn't the most thrilling stream in the world, but it's just kind of chill. I kind of enjoy it. So, man, if you think other people would enjoy this stream, please share it. You know, let's fill this thing up. Let's get some people going. I wonder if we can break 20 tonight. We got 17 on right now. I'm wondering if we can get 20. We'll break 20 tonight. That'd be freaking cool. All right, I'm going to hit it one more time around with my 600. We'll do another fresh sheet. Again, you're going to go through more sandpaper, you know, than you think. But I still see just like a couple of areas that I haven't perfectly gotten yet. There's a couple little nicks there, which I don't know. I don't really care about those too much, but because they're not like deep. They're just like a nick, and that'll get covered up with paint. That's no big deal. But I'm just going to keep going. The most thrilling internet live stream ever. 19. Oh my God, can we hit 20? 20. Oh my God. Oh my God. It must be just true. I guess you just got to ask, right? So people are always saying, if you want something, you got to ask. It's awesome. We're up to 20 viewers on the live stream, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you for being there. Tula Tom is in the house. How you doing, Tula? We're fixing gauges tonight. Because I want to get this edge, S. Garvin, because I want to get this edge really nice and smooth. It's not, I wish you could see, but it's just raised up just enough. And I just want it to be completely unnoticeable. It's just a little bit raised up. It just bugs me. I just want to make sure that that contour is going to be really nice. I'm not going crazy, but I just want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Because what I really hate is when you lay some primer down on something, and then you see that freaking that divot in it, that little hole. I just hate that when you do that. And there's really nothing you can do once you see it. So I'd rather spend the time up front to knock it out a little bit and just ensure that this is going to be just super clean. Because like now, you know, that this edge on this paint is smooth. Like I can't feel that little edge. Because that stuff's thick. You saw it kind of chipping off of there. I just wanted to get that down, get that whole thing nice and smooth. I'm going to move up to my 1000. I'll do a quick pass with the 1000. And then 1500. And then we'll be good. Hey, Sturlos. Welcome from San Antonio. Got people moving in. This is awesome. We are refurbishing a gauge tonight. And we're going to do kind of a hybrid gauge. That's one of our goals here, is to do that. So I'm just doing a quick 1000 sand on this. We chipped away and cleaned up this entire edge on this gauge. And we're just going to keep on going. That's the plan. Just keep going, and you know, I'll probably paint it this weekend, and I'll post some pictures in the Keep On Wrenching community group. All right, guys. So if you want an update this weekend on progress with these gauges, just follow along in the Facebook group, and you'll get in there. I've got a good group of people getting built up, so I'll share some stats up on that stuff. Be easy. A little bit of 1000 push, like this 1000 is just kind of gliding across here. This is going to be really nice. I mean, I think the time put in does matter. If anything else, I'm building up trust with this motorcycle. And it's going to remember all of these tender, loving moments that we're having together and saying, man, you worked really hard on that paint, on that gauge, man. I'm real thankful for that. You know? So it's all about building that energy with the bike. And again, I put a couple of layers of tape on here because I'm sanding on it. But yeah, this will be ready for primer. In fact, I could probably go prime it. I wish I would have heated up the garage. That would have helped a little bit. Nice. We've got San Antonio. We've got Seattle, Washington, Louisville, Kentucky. We've got people all over the place. Thought we had a couple people from across the pond as well for a while. And then my last one, I'm just going to hit it real light with a 1500. And we're done with the sanding. S. Garvin, the sanding expedition is almost over. Almost over. It's not over yet, but it's almost over for tonight. Snowy Maine. Yeah, man, I heard you guys got rocked out east. It just started snowing today in Michigan. So I think winter is gonna stick out here finally. But yeah, I saw some, I think I saw TikToks or Instagram Reels or something today showing the snow that the East Coast got. That was a proper snowfall. Even, as a guy who grew up in Minnesota, that's a respectable snowfall. I think even some Minnesotans would be like, oh, oof. It was like definitely like flipping the switch on winter in Michigan. It's been pretty nice. It's been in like the 40s, and now I think that might be over for a little while. All right, so yeah, this one is ready for primer, in my opinion. This is nice and clean. It's all been leveled. This edge corner, I'm happy with it. I think it's going to clean up pretty nice. This little spot there, I might go and hit. Not going to lie, guys. But it's not bad. So what I'm going to do is grab... The thing that I've also noticed, like with painting, man, you have to be very aware of how you touch these parts. You do not want to touch this with your bare finger. You're going to leave these oil marks. So man, You know, I don't want to use acetone on this, but like anything metal that I'm painting now, it's bathed in acetone before I deal with it, you know. That's an important step. So I'm just going to wipe this down, make sure that I'm getting all of the dust and debris off of this. And this thing's going to be ready for primer. If I would have heated up the garage, I'd run out and do it, because this was one of those jobs that would take a millisecond to do. But now, from here on out, I am only going to touch this piece from the bottom and these bolts on the bottom. There is absolutely no reason for me to be touching this with my fingers or anything like that. It just needs to get primed, and then I got to figure out what black paint I'm going to go with. I still have some of the engine primer paint, but I do just have a nice black professional Rust-Oleum with a matching primer that would work absolutely perfectly. So that's one down. That's the process that I'm going through anyway on these gauges. I'm going to set that down, and again, I'm not going to touch that damn side of it with my bare hand, because it just messes it all up. So here's our other one over here. This one's not in nearly as bad of shape. I think this one actually just needs a sand to get a little bit of this rust off here. I might actually just hit that with my Dremel. I'm going to tape it off and then kind of go to town on it. I think I can get this off, this thing. You know, I might just tape this off. Yeah, I'm just going to tape that off. And then I can treat that once it's all painted. I can treat that with Armor All, and we're good. Tool of Tom, they're just like a Windex. It's just like a Windex alcohol wipe for glass cleaner kind of a thing. That's all that was. Yeah, this one's going to be pretty easy. So I'm just going to knock. Oh, yep. So that was just a little bit of surface rust. So we're good. We're good there. Awesome. Awesome. David's in Seattle. Cold, rainy weather sucks. Well, cold, frozen water from above that piles up into piles on the ground so you don't see the earth sucks too. I'm usually a little bit, I really don't care about winter. I mean, I grew up in a wintry place. So, but man, this year, winter's just kind of having a whole different spin for me. Not quite ready for it, man. It's like, I don't know what it is, if it's the lockdowns or the, you know, the whole COVID thing or whatever, but it's different this time, because in March, when all that stuff happened, I mean, spring was like right around the corner. So we were able to go outside, and we're able, you know, let's go take the dog for walks, let's go do that stuff. And now we're just going into winter. That's a good question, Lab Rat. Is there a way to replace that? Yeah, I mean, you could go in there. I mean, who's going to check at this point? How are people going to even know that these gauges are coming off of whatever bike? I mean, look at this. I've got mixed match gauges on here. The mileage on this gauge doesn't mean anything, you know, to this bike that I'm building at all, because the motor could have, you know. I had COVID. I had it. Right. Totally, Tony. 100% right. You just hope you got one that runs. I think that's where I'm kind of at with all of this, is it's like, man, it's so much easier to like start on a bike that the engine turns over on. You know, like this Apocalypse bike is going pretty fast because I know I have an engine, or I think I know. I shouldn't freaking say that right away. But I think I know that I have a good engine. You know, the 72 took me over a year to deal with because it was such a basket case. But if you don't buy complete garbage motorcycles like I tend to do, you can get them going pretty quick. Like, Tony, how long did you work on that one that you got? You didn't work on that very long. What was it, 3-4 months maybe over that period of time? How long did it take you, Tony, to work through that? If you guys don't, go over to his channel. He's got a video of the bike he built. It's just Tony Cox on YouTube. I had it too. Oh, Brian, you had it. Okay, my experience definitely wasn't newsworthy. Hangovers that were worse. I hope you didn't have a bad experience. Yeah, I didn't drink. Didn't do anything when I had COVID. It was, it sucked. I mean, it wasn't nearly as bad as some of like the really bad cases that some people are having. But I wouldn't recommend it. You know, luckily, you know, I'm just such a healthy human specimen, you know, it just couldn't take me down, I guess. But it took me a long time to feel right. And I still can't smell anything. Which we put to the test last night, my wife and I, because I was telling her, I was like, you know, I've been working with vinegar and stuff, and it's really not bothering me. And she's like, oh, whatever. And then she's like, I really hate pickles. That's another fun fact about Brian. I hate pickles. I hate pickle juice. I hate the smell of pickles. I hate everything about pickles. Everything. So she like pulled out this can of pickles and with pickle juice and all this stuff, and she's like, smell it. And I like totally smelled it. I couldn't smell it. And usually that would have made me retch. I would just start like I did in that vinegar video. It was that bad, so. Who's got a 2-star review on Yelp? Four months, Tony, it took you 4 months to work through that. That's pretty quick, man. I mean, that's why I love these things for like winter projects. You know, I do think, you know, if you buy a good one, buy a doable project like that, which I think you did. You definitely, you're always going to have struggles with something, but 4 months is doable. Like you could really build out a bike in 4 months. And you can do it in a freaking bedroom, guys, because I did it. My first one was basically built out in a bedroom, so. Don't need a lot. You need a bunch of hand tools, and if you have power tools, that's amazing. It definitely helps expedite things. But then at the end of the day, you also just got to kind of want it and be like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to get this done. Go make it happen. It can happen, so. Get that off of there. We're getting this all cleaned up. Our glass is nice and protected. And then here, again, on this one, you can see it's got these little ripples in it. I'm just going to do the same thing, guys. Same deal. Nick James just did the pinstripe on the CL. It's not easy, but came out pretty good. Glad I saw your video. Awesome, man. I'm glad it was helpful. That was my first time, too, and it's tricky. There's a touch to it. My job is not perfect by any means. Glad the video helped you out, man. That's awesome. Tony, 66 BSA is definitely going to take longer. Yes, I would think it's going to take longer to find parts for that as well. The one thing, interesting, oh yeah, I'll show you guys this. I think I have one laying out here someplace. The biggest challenge that I'm having, because I'm looking at the 68 CB and some of these different things, and it's really weird. The 68 CB, all the signals are like this. Like, look at this mount. Like, usually we have the shaft, the straight round shaft, and that goes into all that stuff. But this is like a molded, different kind of a light. And I've been looking at pictures of 68 CBs and trying to find this type of mount. All right? Like, what bulb looks like that? Or light bulb mount looks like that. And I haven't found it yet. So if anybody in the chat knows, like, is this off a 68 CB? Because the 69 CBs, they all appear to have the round, normal, you know, light fixture on it. This is different, though. And the bummer is that I've only got 3. One of them was replaced with the round shaft. So I am desperately looking for these types of bulbs, if they are indeed off a 68 CB. They're just different, you know. And that was a detail that I didn't know, and now I'm trying to find that on eBay, and that's almost impossible. That's probably the hardest part I've had to find, other than rear fender bolts. That was pretty tough, too. I don't know, dude. There's only one wire coming out. I think they're grounded at the post, just like the other ones, for the most part. Let's see if I can knock this out kind of quick. I'm kind of just enjoying, just kind of chilling, talking to you guys, and getting these gauges ready. And I'm still trying to think in the back of my head where the hell that drill is. I usually put it in a very safe spot because I don't want like a cat or something to jump up on a table and get a drill bit in the eye. Yeah, it's weird. This one's got like just kind of rust underneath it. This one's actually taking a little bit more effort. Yeah, it's like just rusty. I don't know if it's rust or maybe it's just like the primer is brown, but pretty sure there's like a rusty layer underneath here. Not all the way, but just in certain spots where I think it cracked. But this looks like this is aluminum, so why would it rust? I don't know, guys. And gals, I don't know. I'm just gonna work my way around this edge. Like, really, the goal is, you know, by the end of tonight, we're gonna have a freaking awesome custom set of vintage gauges for the Apocalypse bike. You know, I'll still have to paint them, but they're gonna be, once they're painted, they're gonna be ready to go on. And they're gonna be bolt on, go, and the next time we're online, those are gonna be in place. We're just getting all the dirty work out of the way tonight. So. CL is a single wire and catches ground from the metal and the metal attachment. Okay. Lab rat, wanting out of Seattle so bad the city's turning into a dumpster fire. That's so sad to hear. I've had some awesome times in Seattle. And really good times actually in Seattle. Sad. Hopefully it all comes back. Everything gets back on track. Again, the whole point of me just sanding this stuff out and working this, I just want that smooth line on the top after I paint it. I do not want to see like a chip area. Be like, that's where that was all chipped out. So I'm just cleaning up this line. That's all I'm trying to do. There, yeah, it's like some kind of a corrosion got on this one area of this. Let's try and smooth that out just a little bit. I'm using very light pressure with the Dremel. Almost just skimming across the top of it. I'm not like putting any downward. Because otherwise this stuff would melt away. Like if I just held this down. Wouldn't be good. It's got one little edge to do here. That'll be good to do some quick sanding. Oh, I'm gonna hit this. Gotta just investigate here a little bit further. This one's got some weird gouges in it. Just want things to be gradual. Don't want things to be abrupt. Maybe that's the word that I'm looking for here. So I make sure I get any of this rust off of here. Or whatever that is, I don't think it's rust. Could be. Yeah, you can see it just a little bit on my hand here. There are just a little bit of metal filing. So I'm just getting down in there. So that's why I think, you know, that's taking that time to sand it makes a difference as well. So I think that's good. That's going to be good enough, I think, on that. This is cool. I'm loving this. And the more I'm thinking about kind of this mounting idea that we have on these gauges, I think it's going to work. I really do. I think it is going to work just fine. So I need to find my 600. Where'd my 600 go? Oh, Jesus. Where'd it go? There it is. Now let's work this edge with my 600, and this thing is going to be just perfect. So we're just kind of blending all of this bad chippage that was going on this. Get this nice and clean, nice and smooth. This is going to look fantastic. So I'm starting with the 600. Then I'll go to 1,000 and 1,500. And we'll be in great shape. I grab my mouse. My mouse fell on the ground, and I need my mouse. There we go. Restoring gauges. Yeah, we got quite a few people hanging out, man. What's everybody working on? Got a bunch of Honda people in here, people working on something else. Tony's got an old BSA. Freaking jealous of that. I really just want to go back in time on the bikes I work on. I don't want to work on anything newer than 72, 73. Maybe I'll stick with the CBs and, you know, maybe try to work on like one of each or something. But, man, if I get back in time and work on some like 60s vintage bikes, I think that would be so fun. It's like the simpler, the more archaic, the better to me. Guess I did forget to tape this, but I'm being really careful not to hit this chrome ring here. I'll tape that up when I'm done doing that. 350K5, nice. 75 Honda CB 554. Yep. I think if things ever got crazy and I had the space, I think I would go and get the a 75 CB 750, the 754. That's the bike my dad had when I grew up. And in the slideshow, when I go and find this power drill, because I'm going to have to walk away for just a couple minutes while I go find that, there's a picture of me on the back of that 750. And it's a crazy picture because he had like the windjammer and the saddlebags, had the whole touring thing on that bike. And I never really noticed it until like I started working on these bikes, and I was like, oh damn, there are all these add-ons. He put like a different, like a touring seat and stuff on it. It's a cool bike. But I would love to find one of those. Those 4 carburetors really are intimidating though. Tula's got the 72 CB350 K4. Yeah, Tula, we're basically working on the same bike. Like, you know, but this frame that is the Apocalypse bike is a K4, so we're essentially working on the same bike. Yeah, I've been meeting a lot of really cool people around Michigan, or, you know, online. And I think like once this COVID stuff kind of passes, we're going to have to like plan like a Michigander meetup or something so we can all meet up and see these bikes that we've been talking about for so long. Be cool. It'd be fun. If this world would ever open up again, right? It will. Again, I'm just trying to feather out this and make this as smooth as possible. Yeah, when I go grab that drill, you guys can watch for that photo. I'm like just like a little crapper, little scrapper, a crapper too. I'm not that small. But the rule was I couldn't go for a motorcycle ride until my feet could touch the pegs on the rear. That was the rule. And then I got tall enough to where my feet could just barely reach the pegs. And we started doing motorcycle rides and stuff. Roger, if you stay with the CB350, CL350 genre and build your knowledge and parts base, you could virtually specialize in them and they'll start finding you. Yep, I agree. I agree. I do love these bikes. But I mean, just for like, how cool would it be to like, you know, I don't know, have a 750 sitting there. Maybe I wouldn't feature on the channel or something, but just to have one, that'd be pretty cool. I don't have any kids or anything, but who knows? Maybe take a kid for a ride on the back of a 750 someday. That'd be kind of fun. Be like, huh? Hey, Ryan, how are you, man? Kansas City Spring Meetup Ride Day sounds nice. Yeah, we should start organizing some of that. I used to run some like meetup groups. Not run them, but I was a part of a bunch of meetup groups. And like meetup.com is a really useful tool. I would recommend it. Let's go back to our 15. Give these edges a little bit more love. FDB. What's FDB? Oh, Five Dirty Bikers. Yeah, Tony's podcast, by the way. Go look it up, man. It's a lot of fun. Five Dirty Bikers having a meetup this spring in Louisville. Awesome, dude. Good stuff. You're starting to get like these power guests now on your podcast, though. I mean, you're getting celebrities on that thing. Don't forget about us little people, Tony. Don't forget about us little people. We're still out here. Yeah. Like, I just want to be able to run my finger around this and just like not feel that raised edge of that. I don't know if it's like a baked paint or what it is, but this feels really nice and smooth. And I'm just going to take on the inside here just a little bit, soften this. Right. Hey, you let me know. Hey, maybe when I get this Apocalypse bike done, I'd love to come back and share some stories of this build, or if you ever have a cancellation, let me know. Happy to come on and talk, man. That was so much fun. Just a good group of people. And like we were coming up with like ideas for stuff. It was just yeah, it was cool. A little bit more, man. You know, I take the long way around on some of this stuff, guys. I know. But it is worth the time. It is worth it. It's worth it at the end of the day. All right, so I'm gonna wipe this one down. And again, I can treat these rubber pieces later, like after I get it painted and it's all good. I'll probably 2K clear them too, make them look really nice. I mean, we took the effort to really clean this one. This one was a lot worse actually than it looked like on the surface. But like once I started sanding it, it started kind of falling off. All right, so I think the last little tidbit I need to do is just get a little bit of tape. Let's tape up that chrome ring. Let me grab a clean piece of paper. Let's dry that, make sure it's nice and dry. But again, I don't want to be touching the bulb, or the bulb, gauge. I just want to strip this just a little bit. Make sure. Got this on there. I should have done this right freaking away, but you know, I'm sure we've never ever gotten ahead of ourselves before, right? This one enough. I don't want to go so far over, you know. You can kind of get it on there to cover that whole chrome piece, but not so worried about that. I kind of anticipate that to be black anyway. And just like that. That'll be good. And then again, just don't forget to cover up the hole. So don't get a bunch of garbage down inside of there. Now, looking around, I'm like hoping that I just see my drill laying here. I'll be like, oh, yeah, there it is. Sweet, I will. Tony, I'll reach out to you about that. And that would be a blast and a half. Love it. Good stuff on the way for 2021, I think. I think for everything you're doing over there, and hopefully for everything going on here at Keep On Wrenching. So, Gavin, Scott, hello. How are you, Scott? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I just touched the damn thing. Didn't I just say, guys? Didn't I just say, don't touch that. Don't touch it. We'll wipe it down again. I am so paranoid of fingerprints and oil on painting pieces. I'm just gonna wipe it down again and make sure, because I've ruined so much stuff because I've just been careless, where I, laid my big thumb across it, and just as I was painting something, and it doesn't work. So just give this a nice wipey wipe with some alcohol. That should be good, and this is ready for primer. All right, let's go over here and take a look. Bam. These two bad boys are ready for primer, and this will be fast. I'll probably tape this up as well before I go and do that, because I don't want to tape this thing. I could take it out, but I think I'll just kind of work my way around it. But boom, we're going to have these gauges, and that's going to rock. Next up, now we get to get into the experimenting here a little bit. Get to experiment here a little bit, because I do want to try to mock this up tonight. I do want to get this switch mounted on an old style bike. I'm going to do that. Pretty sure it goes like that. Boom. We're going to be able to do that because what we are going to plan to do is to drill out our holes to make room for this, which I believe is going to be enough. So if I can do it like here, you don't want to go, so here's what I'm saying, I don't want to go too far over, because I do have kind of a hold there, but I should be able to like clamp that in place, maybe even put a little rubber seal in this so it doesn't rock. Come out about there. I'm going to drill a hole here, and then we can move this over to there. That's kind of the plan. Juke, juke. Just got to move it over just like a ½ inch total. It doesn't even have to be far. And I think it's going to fit in there. I think it's going to fit. I mean, you never really know until you kind of go. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm wondering if I can clamp this somehow, just so I can make absolutely sure, just make damn sure that it's going to be perfect. Up to 22 on the live stream, guys. Thanks so much for joining the live stream. This is awesome. If you haven't already, make sure you go check out the Facebook group. Keep On Wrenching community group on Facebook, man. We are sharing all kinds of good stuff and just having a ball over on that network. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. So much content. Lots there. If you're into motorcycles, restoring motorcycles, or make other random how-to videos, man, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would mean a ton. But that Keep On Wrenching group is where it's at. I'm telling you, that's where it's at. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try modify this. But what I want to see is how far can I go without getting into like a danger zone of some kind. So see down inside here, this ridge is going to come down. I definitely don't want to go over that. I want to just come to the edge of that. So I feel like if I'm looking at the hole on the back side, the most that I really want to come out is here. I'll grab a vice grip. Of course, my damn vice grip wasn't tight enough. Now I got to do it all over again. I'm going to come out right to that edge as far as I can. Now it's too tight. Now my vice grip's too tight. All right. So that would tell me where I have to drill that hole right there. And it's just on the edge. Like, see, you can kind of see how it would start to dip there just a little bit. And then this one, let's get this thing rigged up so this will be appropriate. Would move over the opposite direction, the same amount. I just want to see, like, worst case scenario at the end of the day, if it doesn't work and it looks like crap on the bike, I can just pull this off and put it back the way it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal, but I do want to try. I want them to be, like, even. All right. So, okay, so that's kind of how it would be. That's locked in. Ryan just joined the Facebook group. It'll be annoying. I'll be annoying you all shortly with your input on my 70CL350 total restoration project. I think everybody in that group actually looks forward to that. All right, and then we have this. I think it's gonna go, guys. Give you a little better look. I think it could go. What do you guys think? Yeah, that'll definitely work. Because the gauges go inside of here. They're outside of there. And I'll be able to mount this up just a little bit, just like this. And I hold this in position there. So we're kind of taking like a 73 light indicator and putting it on an onto an older style that didn't have this gauge, but or this light bucket. I just really like it, and I think it could be really, really cool. So yeah, we got to drill some holes is kind of our next thing. I need to find my damn drill. What did I do with my drill? My drill has to be in here because it's off the battery charger. So that's part of it. And I'm just looking. Still don't see it. Gosh, I might have to go and hunt that down. But essentially, what we're going to need to do is drill these out. So we're going to drill 2 holes here. Or no. What we're going to do is we're going to flip this over like this. What's up, Escarvin? What's up? What's the oh my God? Do you like it? Is this bad? Is this a travesty? Should I not be doing this? Let me know. I think it's going to look badass. I think it's going to look cool. So here's what I need to be doing. I need to drill this out. I need to drill this out. Probably should make sure that this is all... Yeah, I mean, that's just going to tip. I can make them look however I want, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. Get those out of here. So that needs to get drilled out right there. And that one needs to get drilled out right there. All right. Let's see. So we're not destroying this piece. This piece needs to get cleaned up. I'll clean this up later. I might even paint this black. I don't know. Because you can see the chrome on this is kind of ripply. It's not that good. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, Escarvin, they're a mystery. Those signals, I cannot find them anywhere. Anybody know? Anybody know? What are these off of? This is a rear one, but the front ones are the same way, and they go into the bucket. It's crazy. I wonder if I could find this. I wonder if I can find this real quick. This is actually a little detour, but whatever, squirrel. This is the whole 68 is in this crate right now. Trying to see, like literally this whole motorcycle is here. The frame is out in the garage. I want to just see, what did I do with it? This bike is a mess. This bike is it's a basket case. I see it. Like we'll see how far I go on this. So here, let's go to camera 3 actually. So here is this. Now, if you look here on this side, look at how this mounts into the bucket. So it's actually got a flat spot here. And then here's that weird mount. This lens is all smashed up. No big deal. But here's that mount. And then on this side, you can tell there's like a normal one that we would see on every other motorcycle right here. But that's just going into the side, like into here. But there's 3 of this style on this bike and only 1 of these. And obviously it's been wrecked. So it's been laid over because this is all bent to hell. All of this is bent to hell. But it feels like aesthetically, if I'm looking at this, that this shape on this oval side actually makes more sense with the design of this bucket. This round peg doesn't really make sense. So I feel like this was a replacement, that this got replaced. Right, Nick? Isn't that weird? I don't know. It's really, really weird. So anybody know what these lights are off of? Are these off of a 68? Because every single 68 CB, they don't have these, but it's there, and it feels like it should be there. This is another video for another time, you know, is diving into that. I'm very curious, you know, to see what that is actually all about there. It is a puzzlement. They look like Honda CM indicators. They very well could be, man. They very, very well could be. I don't know. I did just a little bit of research online. Kind of poking around. Looking for one. And I didn't find one. I was unsuccessful. Guys, I'm going to see what kind of range I've got on my audio here. I need to find this drill. I need to find my drill because we're kind of screwed without a drill right now. So hang with me. If we lose contact, I will be back just as soon as I possibly can. But I'm hoping that the range on all this stuff is going to be okay. It's not the worst wireless setup ever. But I'm going to have to go. And if I lose you, I'll be back in just a jiffy. I'll be back. Be crazy if this thing still works out in the garage. I'm out in my garage right now and I have a drill. Wish I had like a wireless live cam. That would be pretty cool, huh? But I got my drill. Totally forgot the drill. But I'm back. I am but 10 steps away from being back in the studio. Now you guys will have to tell me in the chat, did the audio break up when I walked that far? I'm gonna be blown away. Oh, that's awesome, Nick. That's fantastic. So that went all the way out into the garage. I wonder if I could wire up some cameras out in the garage with another switcher. So then if I'm out there, I could have cameras out there. This is getting out of control. It's getting out of control. Yeah, Ryan, they could be custom Brian, look at the wiring harness for the 68. If it only has a single wire lead to the indicator lights, that'll at least tell you if they belong. Good idea. It's over there. We heard you fine. Good, good, good. All right, we got a drill. So now we just got to figure out how big we got to drill holes. Should be pretty simple. Hopefully I've got the right bits here. Get you tilted back up onto the work table. I think my adventure bored some people, but they'll be back. I think that's the winner right there. That's a winner chicken dinner right there. This one's too big. Yeah, that one's just a little too big. We'll do that one. So pilot hole would be a great idea on this. I always have to remember that. This case from Milwaukee is the most dangerous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It hurts to take bits out of this thing. It absolutely is a terror. I can't wait to see how this custom effort here. This is 100% custom right here. We're going for it. We're going for it. This could be like the mod of the month or something. I really like those switches. Man, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours already. What in the world? I think what I'm gonna do is thought I had a punch. I got a punch and I got a hammer. And I'm gonna punch this just a little bit. That'll give me a good spot to start. Nice and slow. Perfect. Might as well go ahead and drill this one too. We'll do a little punch. Punched. And drill. Yeah, we're really not having to move these gauges very far at all. Yeah, this one's got the metal piece in it, so it's a little bit thicker. There we go. A little bit thicker than the other one. See, it's got another little tab in there. Should probably find one. I know I have one someplace, but now we can change out. Change our bit to our big one here. That'll be good to go. Come on. There we go. Boom. Oop, yeah, I should have known that. I was thinking that as I was drilling it here. And I was like, yeah, this is probably going to want to move. There. That worked. That should work. That should be fine. Make sure our bolt goes through there. Boom! I think the bolt's going to go through there. Here's our other bolt. Other bolt. It's going to go through there. It's going to be winner chicken dinner. All right. Let's get this one. Hold on to this one. Make sure I don't lay my hand. You know, this is why you wear gloves, man. Practice what I preach. I absolutely love these gloves that I've got. Put a glove on, man. Oop. Into my table. Just want to clean this one up a little bit. That one got a little jaggedy. There we go. That one broke out just a little bit. This is that one without that little metal backer. So that one's a little saucy. There we go. That'll work. We got our 2 holes there. Now I really just want to kind of mount this up and kind of see how this is going to work out. I do believe it's going to work. So we've got this one and this one. We'll mount to here. We got this. It's going to go here. Or no, God, I totally defeated the whole damn purpose of what I've been doing here. Take our bolt, put it on the outside lie, put that in here. I might cut up like just a little bit of a rubber cushion or something to go right there. This is where I probably don't need gloves. Wish I had my little vacuum. I'd vacuum up these pieces. But basically, I just want to see. Okay, I like that this is still catching on this edge. So it's not going to rotate out of that. That's good. It's moved over just enough. This is kind of the moment of truth here to see if this is actually going to work. See, the other benefit of that one piece that it locks this into place like that. So I may try to find that. And I hear I'm not even doing what I'm doing. I need to go there like that. So we'll just delete that last thing that I said because that made absolutely no freaking sense because of what we're working on right now. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. Did I say that I think it's going to work? Pretty sure it's going to work. Make sure I'm not missing anybody's chats. Why else would I be doing these live streams if it wasn't for you guys and everybody watching? So there we go. I like how they're both going to lock down. They're going to be good. So I think we're good. Next order of business is mounting this, and it's going to freaking work, guys. This is going to be cool as hell. This is custom, 100% custom all day long. This is beautiful. Will you have clearance with the cluster once pushed onto the housing? I believe so. Whoa, almost lost you guys. I am actually, let's drop the gauges in it real quick and just make sure. But they slope in, so this is our widest point on this. I think that's what you're asking, Brian. Scott 10-2. So I'm going to put my gloves on because I don't want to be getting my fingerprints all over these parts that are ready for paint. But these are the wide sides, and I forget which is which. I think this, yeah, this one goes here. So go there. This will go here. It's like that. See if I can get you guys an angle. Just like that. I'm not sure what their orientation is going to be. If I have to adjust that, I can definitely do that right here. I can just bend this tab. I think I can get them to be straight. I'm really not too worried about that. Okay, I gotta get these off of here so this lays flat. Meaning the black housing clearing the bolt head. Black housing clearing the bolt head. Oh, I see what you mean. It should be fine because actually that's a really good point, dude. That is a really good point. There is an indentation in this. You know what I might do? Instead of this, I could do like a flatter, almost a carriage bolt down in that. I think I can make that low profile enough so that wouldn't matter. But yeah, that's a good observation, man. This is something that we're going to have to tackle as we get through this. Because, yeah, that is in a different spot now. That groove. I'm not calling that, I'm not calling that a deal breaker on this mod. But yeah, that's a really good point. The other thing I could do is I could actually just, I wonder if I could just drill that out. That'd be a little sketch to do that. Or just go super low profile on this. Yeah, Brian, I'm kind of with you. Just, yeah, grind it down. Just grind it down. Yep. That's what I'm leaning for. I mean, I might just buy a different bolt anyway, because it'd be just a bolt and buy a really flat head. Grind it down, separate. Yeah, this ain't a deal breaker to me at all. We'll get that to work. I'm really not even that confused about it, because I do think, like, once this all gets mounted, because, like, right now it's not where it needs to be. This needs to turn just a hair, like for our trip down here. That's going to have to turn just a little bit. But then our light, our indicators, drop right down in the middle. Yeah. I really like that. I think this is totally doable. Totally doable. All right, I'm going to put these away. I think I avoided any damage to anything, which would be a big plus. And we can keep kind of going on this. Next thing is going to be just getting these holes placed. And I'm wondering if I can use this as somewhat of a template to figure that out. If I can get these two off. Okay, so that's going to be a 12. It's going to be a 12. I'm absolutely amazed that this thing, that wireless mic that I'm using went all the way out into the garage, up a flight of stairs, and you guys heard me well. That was good. I bought this wireless mic that I'm wearing. I bought it in 2009. I have a YouTube video on it, actually. Reviewing it. I think it was 2009, 2010, someplace in there. I have to go check the date on that. I'm just trying to get this thing off of here is all I'm trying to do right now. There we go. And then I can just use this piece as a template. That's all I'm thinking. I like my templates, obviously. You guys have probably noticed that by watching the channel. Boy, this guy likes making templates out of stuff. Templates are useful. Yeah, so these are some definitely different gauges. Different year, newer year. I want to see like somebody's like 73. See what they actually look like. I don't know. I think I've only seen a 7. Oop, oh my God, I almost dropped that. That would have sucked. Come on. Yes. Woo, glad. Glad. Right. Yeah, Nick, I'm not yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it's okay. And plus, you know, both of these bikes were dead in the water. You know, like they were both junk. And now at least I'm making one good bike out of it. But I'm bringing it all together. So we got two pretty nice gauges here. Anybody need some late gauges? I think I got some. Maybe I'll need them, but maybe some of you do too. All right. So on this, we got some work to do on this. We're going to grind that down. I don't know if I'll get to that tonight because that's going to be kind of a loud process. But now I can take this. So glad I'm working on these gauges. I've been procrastinating this job a little bit, so I'm glad I like focused and got in on this today. Because then I can paint a little bit tomorrow night. Get this all ready to go. And like there is nothing more satisfying than peeling the tape off of gauges after you get done painting them. They just look so damn cool. Oh man, this is an awesome stream. I'm having so much fun. Okay, so I've got this. Wouldn't you know that freaking matches? Interesting. Just kind of thinking about all these different parts that I've got. Because now essentially, I want to just do this. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight to put those in there. But I don't think it's impossible to do. You can kind of see there's a groove in this, and it kind of lines up. They're not that different. So I've got a couple options. I think my best bet is actually just to measure the center distance between those two. I think that would be the most useful. Because at least I know that center. I don't want to eye this one up and then have it all be kind of kitty-wumpus when I get it. Kind of, oop, geez, sorry guys. Just kicked you right in the head. Zero this. And let's find center distance between there and there. See if we can get her to basically 4. It's 3.99, it's 4. I mean, it's 4. I'm going to call it 4. You think I'm going to drill a hole so damn accurate that it's not going to be off, like, at all? Probably not. Awesome, Nick. If I need to see a reference, for sure, I will let you know. All right, so this is going to be 2. So we'll come back to 2 on this bad boy. Just like that. And what's going to be the best mark? I guess it is like right in the middle, right there. There, just literally just marked it. This chrome on this is junk anyway. I have another one if I need to. I don't remember the shape that it was in, but that's where that needs to go, right there. I think the most important hole, oops, sorry guys, that was my bad. This hole is going to be the most important, this bottom one. That's kind of that main mounting hole. The other two are kind of keepers that we can deal with later. So I just want to find my line. This is going to need a little bit. I see what I'm going to be able to do here. So I'm going to drill my hole there. Oops, I'm going to drill it right there. And then what I can end up doing is I'll just groove out those keepers on the top end there, just like that. That's what I'm going to do, because it's a little bit wider. It's a little bit wider piece, but all I need is like this part of it, like this part of it. I don't need that top piece. I just need this. Juke, 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 juke. We'll put this on. It's like that. So it won't be a circle. It'll just be like a little keeper. I think it'll work out okay. Where's my cap? Now what I want to do is figure out the size of this and how well did this fit together. Can I go a little bit smaller? No, that one's pretty tight. That one's pretty tight. These ones are pretty loose. So I'm going to figure out what size that is, and we'll drill that out. Again, this frickin' Milwaukee case is just brutal. I really don't like it. It's just so mean on your hands when you're trying to use it. It's like you got to pull it out by the sharp tips of these drill bits. I think that's going to be the winner right there. Oh, no. That one's pretty much perfect, actually. Oop. I'll give you guys a little elevation, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, that one's a little small. This one's probably going to be too big. That one's actually perfect. All right. So it worked our way up onto that one. And then we should still have our pilot hole bit should be here someplace. And this is how the day goes, guys. We just start digging through stuff on the desk, and then we start losing stuff, and then we have no idea where the hell anything went. Where the hell did that drill bit go? I didn't put it away. I'm not that freaking organized. I'll put this in here. Ooh, ah! I'm surprised I didn't kill the stream because my drill almost just like fell right on the keyboard. But again, look at this stupid Milwaukee case. I have to grab it by this, by the sharp drill bits, lift it up, and then put it in. And then it's like it's a pressure fit besides. So if you want to pull them out, you got to pull right on them to get them out. Not a freaking fan, man. Not a fan. Not a fan. What the hell did I do with that bit? I guess I'll have to just, you know, I always say I buy these tools. I'm going to take care of these ones. Not going to lose these ones. But I just lost all of them. We'll do it. We'll do a pilot hole. Yeah, I just really freaking hate it. That freaking drill kit case. Like, why are you making me like kill myself, cut myself all to hell just to get my drill bits out of this box? I don't understand. Why? All right, I'm gonna try bend this. There's a little wire keeper down on the bottom. Sorry, this is gonna go. And again, this is by far a pristine part. It's got issues, okay? This thing's got a lot of issues, actually. But I'm probably gonna end up just grinding it down and painting it black. That's probably what's going to happen there. Ouch. And that's good. So then we got this. I just got a little piece of wood. And I grabbed my hammer. And I had a punch at some point in my life. There's my punch. That's punched. Now, what I'm going to do, because I learned my lesson, man, I had a drill bit break on me one time, and it went right down through into my finger. I still cannot feel this side of my finger. I still cannot feel it after I did that. So, wear your gloves, guys. Wear your freaking gloves. And we can drill this out. Let me give you guys a little bit better look as we make the big plunge into what we're doing. Got it. All right, we got our pilot hole. Now we can move in. Builds character. What builds character? Losing tools or drilling your fingers off? I really wish I wouldn't have drilled my fingers off. That really hurt, man. That bled. Wow, did it bleed that night. All right, let's go for the big hole here. Oops, god darn it. Yeah, oh man, pilot holes, guys. Can't live without them. Beautiful. All right, so I think the next part is really just going to be Dremel work, to be quite honest. Let's see how good this fits on here. All right. Yeah, because it goes like this, and then the gauges, yeah. Yep, that's going to be perfect. So see what I'm looking at here? I just need to like get a little bit of a groove in on each one of those. If I had a little piece of metal, I could probably just drill like half onto another piece of metal. That wouldn't be a bad way to maybe look at that. Yeah. Yeah, because this essentially goes, I'll get you over here, guys. Sorry about that sudden movement. Should have gave you a heads up. Gotta try and work my camera on there, going at my mouse. Everything's falling on the ground. But this essentially goes up on top here, just like this. There. That's what we're looking for. Mounts over onto the front fork, the fork tubes. See that? Oh, that's a tough angle. Too much reaching. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I gotta drill out these half moons. I think that's my next adventure. Nick, haven't caught any of your other live streams, but this is fun. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you're having fun. I really enjoy doing it. It's a nice change of pace, honestly, from making videos. And plus, I don't know, it's just a good group of people. Smart people, too. Good ideas. And yeah, we're just all helping each other out. I love the Facebook group. I think that's one of the... I look forward to everything that goes on in that group every day, so... Don't be shy. All right, so do I just Dremel this out, or do I drill it out? I don't really have just a junk piece of flat metal. Probably be easier just to Dremel this out. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing, because this goes like this, and then this goes on here just like this. You know what, honestly, I could just actually grind it on the grinder. Do I have my grinding stone on there? No, of course I don't. So what I'm going to do... Oh man, it is so close. It's literally like just half a screw head off. I just kind of, I'm drawing on there what I think needs to happen here. It just needs to come out just a little bit. Just like that. You need to notch it. Notch it just like that. I think it'll be good. If not, what's the worst that can happen, right? We find a replacement part. And we do it. So I think Dremel is in order here. And I get my carver bit. This Dremel is so wore out that I have to basically use vice grips to get it apart. It's crazy. I had all my Dremel bits over here. Like, look at this mess, guys. We've only been working for a little while, and I've got quite a mess going on here. I'm actually going to take the time to put this drill bit away now. I don't think I'm going to need it. And then here we go again with this Milwaukee freaking case that wants to, like, eat my fingers. Stupid. Stupid design. All right, so I should have my rotary here. Got kind of a digger tool here. It's really good at just like carving notches. We'll go with that one. We'll go with that one on this. I think that'll be my best bet. Get that in there. I'll just snug this up just a little bit. Just like that. Get some of these tools out of the way. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. And I will go and grab my face shield. I'm grabbing a face shield. But man, last thing you want is something in your eye. I don't want anything in my eye. And I'm going to give you a little bit better angle as you see me destroy this part. You don't have to go very far, I don't think. Oops. Like that might actually be enough. If I could do that on both of these, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, no, need to go a little bit more. A little bit more on the grinds. See? Just cutting that little bitty notch in that. See that okay? Yeah. We'll have to widen it out just a little bit, I think, but... That's kind of fun. Boom. Got 2 little notches in there now. And I think all I have to do on this now is just round out that bottom edge to make room for that. And I think that's going to sit there just fine. So on this back side, I'm actually going to come off on this side and kind of angle in. Literally just making room for that screw head. So kind of see what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of carving out just a little groove, just a little bitty groove there. Yeah, sorry. I just don't want to go and get like a shard in my eye or something and then have to go to the hospital. I actually had a good friend of mine using a wire wheel, and he got one in the freaking eye. And dude, that is like nothing I want to deal with. And it could happen in an instant. It could happen in an instant. That would really hurt. And then also that night that I drilled through my hand and bled all over, that was a little bit of a wake-up call for me. It was like, that could have been a lot worse. But it wasn't. That was me. I hit the switch. Just trying to carve this out. Last thing I want is to get all screwed over. All right, let's see how we're doing here. All right. Off with the Darth Vader mask. Drop this on. And that's pretty damn good. Curious to see how when I bolt that down, how tight that's going to be. So let's grab the little mounting screw. Yeah, I know, Brian. I'm well aware. Feel like I need to grind. Yep, I need to grind this one side just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Here we go again, guys. Super close. Yeah, that's it. That's all that needed. And then this will mount on here. Can tighten that up. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And it's gonna, once it's tightened down, it's gonna get sucked right into that. going to be perfect. And our gauge clusters, wherever the hell I put those. I just got to figure out a little something to get that all squared away there. That's pretty much the only thing I got to figure out, is basically grinding the hell out of this flat. Like, this would be an awesome place for a welder, man. Just to like weld this bolt in and then grind it all the way down. That would be pure gold if I were able to do that. But now I've like modified this just a little bit, like not crazy beans. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, we will have these kind of 73 indicators on this early model bike. It's going to fit perfect. Look at that. This is going to be freaking cool, guys. What do you guys think of that? Was that like a lot of work for nothing, or what? I think that it's pretty damn cool. Like, I think it's cool, but I'm curious to know what other people think too. I totally get the whole thing where it's like, yeah, it's your bike, but bada boom, let's give you a good look at that. We'll have to work on tweaking that adjustment just a little bit. But when it's all down into place, we're going to have that locked in there. That one challenge there. I think I might just drill it out or flatten it out. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go on that, but I think it's pretty damn cool. I think that's worth the effort. Cool. It's going to be fun to wire up, too. It's going to be really fun to wire up. Because now all I'm really going to need are... Yeah, crazy. All I'm going to need now on the gauges are all I'm going to need are the backup gauges, the gauge lights. Or do I have all the lights? No, we don't want to draw too much power on these old bikes. But now I'm questioning something. Because now I'm questioning just a little bit. This one with all the lenses, here. This one with all the lenses here, or all the lights. These are just going to kind of be there illuminated, or like not illuminated, but they'll be there. You'll be able to see them. Is that a big deal? I don't think. Oh, I just touched them. I'll have to wipe them down again. Oh well. We're having fun. We're trying to figure this all out. Hitting that. And I'll get in there. Boom. Yeah, it's going to be different. We're going to have to figure out how to turn that just a little bit. Might be able to just notch it. I'm getting some ideas here. Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm like, every day now, I'm coming out with these. Man, if I had a welder. If I had a welder, that would be so easy to do. Little MIG welder. Flux core will do a lot of small jobs. Buy yourself a little MIG welder, preferably a gas MIG. Flux core will do a lot of small jobs. Noted. I should screenshot that, actually. But yeah, I think this is going to work. We're going to make it work. That's kind of my mission now, is to kind of do a hybrid cluster like that on this bike. So that's cool. That is cool. Those are ready for paint. And those will probably be on the bike the next time we're dealing with stuff. So that's cool. Tyler, you think that works? I think it works. I think it'll look kind of cool. It'll be different. And again, at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I can take them off and put them where they're supposed to be and move on with my life. So, I mean, no harm, no foul in my opinion. They're old vintage parts that are laying around. One of a kind. That's a nice way to put it, David. That's a really nice way to put it, actually. One of a kind, man. One of a kind. People will know that I did that. For better or worse. For better or worse. Just get my gauges and all my garbage up there, get that out of the way. And just kind of moving on through some stuff. Stick some LED bulbs in them. They'll pull virtually no power. True. Hey, Roger, that's a really good point. I could convert it. Then I could have all the lights. I could chain them all together probably. Oh, so many tasks, so many things. I didn't anticipate just working on gauges today. Had some other lofty goals as well, but it is what it is. We kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, so it's all good. It's all good. Just trying to clean up here. Man, you know, it's so important. If you have time to work, you have time to clean up. And that is what my father always told me growing up. If you got time to work, you got time to clean up. So I always try to remember that. Because then when you kind of get to your next project, you can kind of start fresh. You know where everything's at. And everything works out well. Okay, so I'm just going to keep all my nuts and bolts for all this working there. And then we'll be good. If you guys have not already, make sure you check out the Keep On Wrenching community group. Should actually head over there, see if we've got any new members requesting exclusive access. I don't see anybody. No new member requests. We grew quite a bit this week, though. We did get up 54 members, I think it was. So boom, that's growing really, really well. And if you have not already, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Over 40 hours of motorcycle restoration videos. We followed the whole 1972 CL350 project. So much stuff going on there. The Keep On Wrenching community group. Go check it out. It'll be awesome. We're doing cool stuff over there. It's a lot of fun. What else we got going on? Roger Francis MIGs. MIGs. Like Russian MIGs. Like Russian MIGs. I know what you're talking about. I don't know like exactly what you're talking about, but I have a general idea of what you're talking about. I'm gonna put my drill there. Wow, I have now a home for my drill. Here are those cushions. Get rid of this trash. All this is trash, trash, trash. Let's get the trash out of here. We'll clean up just a little bit. Be okay. Hey, and there's that pilot. There it is. Isn't that nice? Oh, I put my drill bits away without putting all the drill bits in it. What in the hell? Come on, B. Come on, B. What's going on? It's all good. Little bits and pieces, man. This Apocalypse bike, I think, is going to start going really, really fast. David, you love the videos? Awesome. I'm glad they're entertaining or helpful or, you know, get you through the day, whatever, man. I had so much fun putting that series together, and I'm really glad that that you said that, because I got a lot of ideas that I do want to execute on the channel. A lot of ideas. But I just need to kind of lock down just a little bit. I got to lock down and focus. So I'm kind of looking forward to the holiday break a little bit, because I do think during the holiday break I'm going to be able to dive into some stuff. Tyler, thanks for sharing your knowledge. The YouTube videos have made my 73 build much more attainable. That's awesome to hear, man. I don't know if it's knowledge. I mean, I think there's a little bit of experience in there, and I'm building up some experience for sure. But that 72 build, that was kind of just a lot of, let's see what happens together. That was kind of the attitude on that build. So I'm glad they're useful, man. Every day I'm getting comments on that video series, and people dig it. People dig it, and it's pretty awesome. So I need to stay active. That's my biggest thing is, you know, really trying to get like a video up a day, or not a day. Oh my God, a day would probably kill me, but you know, a couple videos a week, something like that, and then be in pretty good shape on a lot of that. So yeah, good stuff, guys. Good stuff as always. Got all kinds of tools, and I'm just cleaning up. I figure I'm going to clean up a little bit for a couple of reasons. One, because I want to stay organized. Two, I'm always sitting here after the stream cleaning up all by myself. And I'm kind of like, why didn't I just stay on and clean up for a little while? You know, that would have been kind of fun just to chit chat, because I do just enjoy the chit chat too. You know, I have absolutely zero problem just hanging out and chit chatting with people. Obviously, because I talk a lot, right? Get that a lot. Yeah, and like they make it impossible. This Milwaukee case, it's just so terrible. Like I can't fit like anything in it. Like give me room to like throw a couple of extra goodies in there. You know, I get that you don't need to, I don't need to have a ton of storage room, but give me a little bit of flexibility, please. It'd be so nice. What do you appreciate the most, Brian T? What do you appreciate the most? I appreciate the fact that you guys are saving all these motorcycles. I think that's really exciting. That's one of the things that I'm helping do, is just like there's all these sad little motorcycles, you know, behind these barns or in these sheds doing all this stuff. And then I get to hear from you guys every single week how you guys watched a video or found this or found that, and now you're doing this and doing that. I think that's really exciting. So saving these old vintage bikes, I think that's a pretty cool cause, just as good as any other. You don't do what every other auto-oriented YouTuber does and swap everything with a damn LS engine. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. I would be watching a lot of YouTube videos, learning how to do that. But it sounds like I shouldn't do that, so I'm not gonna. I promise you that I will not put an LS engine inside of one of these. Let me get this Dremel out of here. I'm actually kind of inspired right now off of something previously that we looked at, and I kind of feel like diving into it just a little bit, just to get a little bit of perspective on what's going on here. I kind of want to get this thing apart. If I could get this thing apart tonight, I think this could be kind of fun. And it's kind of a mystery, too. This whole thing right here is just a mystery. Well, this is not a mystery. That's from a tree. Oh, this is going to be a problem, guys. This thing is a mess. This one's already rounded out. This is gone. So that'll probably be a drill bit to drill that out so I can get this bucket off. And then we can see what kind of connection is going on. It's a 1968 CB350. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drill that. There is no way that I'm gonna get that out, and that bolt is garbage. So, but got no choice on this one. It's gonna be the easiest to do. Basically, if you run into this and you want to do what I'm doing, basically just got to drill it out, kind of the width of the shaft of that screw, and it'll break off. Roger, I need to free my back brake drum up tomorrow and clean up my garage. Tools all over the place. My bench is a mess. Yeah, man, there's something about the energy. Like when it's clean in here, it just feels better. Everything feels better. I'm gonna go ahead and just. Oh, wait, one. What am I doing? What am I doing, ladies and gentlemen? What'd I do with it? Gotta get the shield out, guys. I'm probably gonna forget 90% of the time, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, Brian, I could try that. I'm just gonna hit this head on this one. I've had good luck with like both methods, so. Yeah, it's close. off of there. That must be a pretty heavy head right there. There, I should see it right there. Grab my pick and see if I can pull that out of there. Should be able to. We'll see. Oh. Visor down, visor down. See if I can get that out of there. I should have put my glove on. You're right, Brian. You're right. You're right, man. Slot would have been a better approach. Probably. I'm going to go up a size. Just keep going on it. That's right. So we'll go visor. Glove. There you go, buddy. You're right. Call me out on that stuff. Keeping me safe. Keeping me safe. There it went. Boom. Did you guys see that? That was freaking amazing. Came out just the way it was. That just needed that extra little torque. All right. Get the stupid visor off. But again, I would be so pissed if I get something in my eye one day because I wasn't wearing that visor. I'd be like, that was a dumb... Well, like, dude, what the hell? Should have been wearing your visor. Yep. All right. Man, this is a crusty. I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to fake it. A little bit worried about the 68. It's pretty crusty. There's good parts on it and everything. But every bolt pretty much moved on it. That was all good. But just like the parts are really... They're not good. They're like look at this rust. It's all the way through. Let's work around here with a little putty knife. Get this headlight bucket to move a little bit. Yeah, like this is like dirt and rust up in here. I'm just trying to clear this out just a little bit, and then we'll be able to pop it out, hopefully normally. There. I think it should be free. That's free on this side. The whole thing should pop out this way. Give you guys a little bit better look at it. Yeah, welding without protection. That ain't good. I don't get it. It's just not worth it. Like at the end of the day, like it might save you a couple of minutes, but you know, it could also just derail your whole month. There we go. I just need to get it over that. There it is. Curious to see how bad this is. Safety squints engaged, right? Ryan, welcome back, dude. Thanks for popping back in, dude. All right, we got that apart. Now I'm curious to see what's going on inside here. Yeah, look at this. These are mounted in. Which is it? That's actually really, that's not advisable in any way to be messing around with propane without gloves. I worked at a gas station or like a convenience store when I was in like high school. And I just dreaded when I had to like go fill someone's propane tanks. I was like, oh geez, really? I don't want to freaking deal with this stuff. What is that? It's going to be a 14 or a 12. Which is it? I think it's a 14. See, like even the mounts inside here are different. On this side, there's a straight bolt. Can you guys see that right here? There's a straight bolt right here. And then here, it's got like the mount that we're used to seeing on these motorcycles. And that just kind of doesn't look natural. This looks like it's intended. This looks like a bit of a MacGyverized effort there, a little bit. To me. I could be wrong. But what size is this? So that's a 14. No, that's going to be a 15. This has to be a 12 on this side. Yes, it's a 12. So these special lights, the ones with the weird shape that we have no idea what they're from, have a 12-inch mounting bolt under here. And once I get this off, I'll show you this bulb, and then hopefully somebody's going to be able to identify it for me. Unless like an early first run of the 68s had this weird bulb on it, or weird light housing on it. Why in the hell why am I messing around with a wrench? That's another thing. I spend way too much time mucking around with a standard wrench when I could just have a freaking ratchet in my hand and make progress about 40 times faster. So I think I need a 12 and a 14 is what my guess is. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure 12 is going to get me there. There it is, right there. No, that's not it. That's... Oh my God. Next order of business for me for sure is organizing my freaking ratchets, or my sockets. My sockets are so freaking disorganized right now. It is maddening. I can never seem to like pick the right one the first time, ever. You guys ever have that problem? Whoa. What we got here? That looks like a Honda CM headlamp indicator setup. So maybe somebody took a Honda CM headlight and indicator setup and put it on this CB350. Roger, that's a good eye. Yeah, Ryan, yeah, I've never seen a Honda bucket like that before. Me neither. But I think I've got something to Google tonight. I think I have something to Google tonight for an idea on a direction to go. You think I can find a freaking 12 millimeter? You think I can find a 12 millimeter anywhere, guys? Oh my God, killing me. Pretty sure that this, gonna have to use a wrench on that one. And that's not a 14, it's bigger. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. I have a huge toolbox, nothing is where it should be. Yeah, that's the one thing that I stopped on this weekend. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get all of my sockets and everything freaking organized. And then I just kind of ran out of steam. But we'll just do this. Sorry about the detour trying to find the proper tool to do a job. We'll see. I'm only seeing one wire coming out of this light. It's very possible. I'm super curious now to Google tonight and look at CM. What would I search specifically, Roger? Would I be looking for like CM70 or like what kind of a model are you thinking here? Should be able to pull this off now. Yep, there it is. So this is obviously jerry-rigged then. So that doesn't look like a manufactured hole here. That wouldn't really make sense, would it? Yeah, man, that's the mystery part, Roger, are these housings. Like, what are these off of? I just don't know. It has 3 of them, and then one of them's the oddball that we always know. There's Stanley, made in Japan, 60439. Somebody should Google that real quick. Stanley 60439. indicator. See if anything comes up. Somebody mentioned CM when the live stream started. Yeah. Yeah, they're just unique, and they've just kind of got my curiosity. And then just the fact that it's so different on this side, it just is like weird. Looks like I might be able to get away with just circling this off by hand. Wow. That'd be nice. And get this all together. Yeah, I'll have to do some Googling. Oh, yeah, CMSNL, that would be good. Because this headlight bulb is throwing me, or the headlight bucket is throwing me as well. Like, look at the side, like these side connectors. These are welded in. These are welded in here. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think that's a good observation, actually, that these are not CB, that these aren't CB parts, that they were kind of forced to work on this bike. Because here, that seems odd that there would be a second hole drilled here. Ryan, thanks so much. Let me know what you find out. And then there's another hole here, and that could have easily been drilled out to like mate up and to make it work with what was going on here. Because here's the fork gears, and we know that the fork gears don't have two holes in them like that. Like, that's obvious. Like, that, at least as far as I know, they weren't like that. Roger's going with Honda CM. I could see that. I'm kind of seeing, I know what that bike looks like generally in my mind, and that could very well be. I wonder if this bucket has a freaking number in it. Look at how filthy this is. I wonder if there's a number stamped on it anywhere. I don't see anything. Other ones have kind of indicators, markings around the hole here. It's an original Apocalypse bike. Right. I do like how deep that bucket is, though. Make things a little bit easier. But yeah, this is a dead giveaway that this, I think Roger's right on the CM. Those two holes, that is not normal. That's not normal. These are pretty much close to toast, guys. I'm worried about the 68. Just the more of the parts that I've been looking at it, the more I'm like, ew. Now I have other fork gears. I have multiple sets of these. I'm not worried about the part, but they're not original, and it's nice to save the original parts. Like this is pretty bad. You know, it's pretty much all the way through there. We'll sandblast it. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. Yeah, totally, Ryan. I think that's exactly what it was. I think there was a wire. They needed to ground it there. Honda MT50 SA. Let me see if I want to see if I can copy this. Ugh. Almost had it. Honda MT50 SA. Grab it. Let's try this, guys. Let's see if we can track this down. Let's go new window here. Give me a second. I'll be right back with you. I'm very, very curious as to what this is. Honda MT50 SA 1981. It feels like an older bucket to me, though. Like, it feels like an older manufactured bucket. Like, just the craftsmanship. EP604. Okay, it was the light. The light was 60439. Yep, correct. So, whoa. Everything just went weird. Okay. So this is that. That can't be. This bucket feels so old. It's like metal, and it's metal, man. Like the 80s stuff, a lot of that was plastic, wasn't it? Check our member request while we're here. Nobody wants in. Oh, good. Man, that's at least there's some numbers there that we can kind of dive into. 60439. That's the number on the inside of this light. But it's made by Stanley. I just rebuilt and sold a Trail 90. I don't think that's it. It was a 68 though, maybe a newer one. This just feels really old to me. Like, and it has the top indicator, which I think they got. Did they get rid of those as they got a little bit newer? I think they did. Not sure. Not sure. It was all metal. Okay. 83 cm. All right. I'm doing a dive on this. It's possible. It's very, very possible. Let's keep going on this. These are freaking pretty much roached. Either way. They're in really terrible, terrible, terrible shape. Old, hard, and huge. Yep. Yeah, like everything on this 68 is just a mess. So we will see. The mystery piece. I should post this out there and see if somebody knows. Because that man, I've been looking for him on eBay, and as far as eBay is concerned, I don't think it exists. I haven't seen it. And I feel like I'm fairly savvy with these types of things, of finding that stuff, and I have had no luck with any of that. So I'm glad we kind of tore into that a little bit. Look at this skid. Freaking grounded almost all the way off. Look at that, it's flat. Ooh, somebody slid. Yeah, this bike got rooked. Yeah, nervous, man. This has a removable bulb. One of the early stuff, that was all sealed, wasn't it? So that could be another hint as to what's going on here. Looking at my 73 CL, it has the same baby holes next to where it mounts. Same indentions for the headlight, except my bucket is plastic. Yeah, man, it's a freaking puzzlement, dude. It moves. But man, can you imagine that road rash somebody got on that? God, you guys see that? It's like flattened ground. Now, if I rebuild this bike, I'm going to polish that out. I'm going to clear it, and I'm going to save that. I'm not getting rid of this imperfection because this was a moment. Ryan, they're so rare. They're my retirement plan. Could be. Could be. I have no idea. I literally have no idea what's going on there. Like, honestly, like, part of the fun with this stuff too, though, is trying to figure stuff out. You know, like, what was this? And you try to figure it out. So it's kind of just part of it. Oh, come on, off of there. You little bugger. There's a lot of stuff sitting on the shelf back there right now that I need to do some serious investigatory efforts, because I have no freaking clue. I have no clue what is going on. Last little thing for the night. Let's go over here, guys, and look at these wheels. Then we'll call it. That is why you always dress appropriately to ride motorcycles. 100% agree. take the time at GAT, right? So these are the wheels I'm going to use. And last time I deflated tires, I didn't have the right tool. Now I do have the proper tool. And I just reiterate that the proper tool makes everything so much freaking easier. So I want to use my valve stem removal tool to deflate the tires that are going to become my mission here over the next couple weeks, I think. Because if I really got my, if I really got my stuff together, I bet I could have this bike done by the end of the year. Because I'm gonna be home for a hot minute, for 10 days or something. I think I'll have. Now, do I want to spend my entire time working on motorcycles? Probably not, but still, I mean, we really are that close on this one. And for some reason, I fail at using a valve removal tool. Go, Pat, go. I'm just going to start ignoring you. Just going to start ignoring you, Brian. I'm just kidding. Vikings, I have no one to talk for the Vikings right now because they can't even kick a freaking field goal. So, yeah, why won't that should just come out of there. Come on. Come on out of there. Why is it being so difficult? Hey, Brian, thanks for hanging out. See ya. Hope to see you on the next live stream. Or you get convinced to come on over to Facebook. I totally understand. Ryan, KC Bike Guy, huge Pack fan and Chiefs fan. See ya, Brian. Keep your wheels on the ground. Thanks, Ryan. Have a good night, guys. I'm really close to wrapping this thing up for tonight, too. I just want to get the air out of these tires, basically, and then we're going to call it. Because tomorrow is Friday. And again, guys, we are going to do 18 and 18 on this bike. So I do want the front and the rear to be the same size. See if we can get one of these valve stems to come out. Because they're just neat once you get them out. There we go. That's how it should go. Should pop right out of there. Beautiful. So that's what's bugging me about this one not coming out, because it's pretty damn simple. It should just come out. I'll be sitting here for the next hour trying to get this one out. Little booger. You got a little booger? $18.18 on the Apocalypse bike. That's right. I think I'm going to do $18.18 on it. I think it'll give that front fender just a little bit more room. I think it'll just look a little cooler because I am going with that CL exhaust on it. That's the plan right now. It could go back to a CB. I don't know. We'll see, guys. Like everything, like the black handlebars, totally not intentional. I just made a purchase. Was online one night and saw this ad, and they hit me at the right time in the right emotional state. And wouldn't you know, a week later, I had a pair of handlebars hanging out, ready to go. This one was just stuck. So I was spinning it and spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. It just didn't come out. So, cool. That's my next project. Bearings, tires, we already did this. So, we're not going to do that on live stream. I can knock that out pretty quick when I'm not on camera, pretending that I am an expert. Well, actually, I'm not. I don't really pretend to be anything, to be quite honest. I think it's good, dude. 3 hours, 5 minutes we've been streaming. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that time flew by like that tonight, guys. It's been awesome, too, because I think we peaked at 22 or 23 viewers tonight. That was fantastic. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Number one, that's hugely appreciated. I'd love to keep that thing growing. Then also, the Keep On Wrenching community. Let me refresh real quick, make sure there's no pending members. And go back here, Keep On Wrenching, 54 strong, and we got a good group of people. Really loving the group of people that we got going on there. So we're all good on that one. kind of fun. I'm excited. I'm going to get those gauges painted. All right. I'll share some photos of the before and after and maybe a video or something of the reveal. So make sure to go to keeponwrenching.com. If you haven't signed up for the e-newsletter yet, go and do that. That's going to be coming in 2021. Yeah, I think we're going to be in great shape. Ryan, Brian, these videos are live or not are great. Your videos are L. What the hell does that mean? Yeah. Very true, man. Yeah, I like these live streams because it gives me a chance to just kind of interact and hang out. And, you know, we are not alone. We're all kind of struggling and dealing with the same stuff. And you guys give me awesome ideas, like try stuff. You know, we completed one project tonight, right? So the gauges are ready for paint. But we actually kind of created 3 more projects because now I got to figure out how to grind those bolts down, and then I've got to figure out how to wire that or do LEDs and all of that. So, I mean, this is just kind of how it goes. That's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, all good, Ryan. No worries. No worries, man. This has been a blast, guys. Thanks so much for live streaming. Sign up for the newsletter at keeponwrenching.com if you haven't done so already. I hope to get that out January. I'll start sending some stuff out. Just fun stuff, useful stuff, hopefully. Follow along TikTok, Instagram, keep_on_wrenching. That'll be the other one. And then that Facebook group, come join us over there. 3 hours, 8 minutes, 3 seconds. That's where we're at. And I don't know. I had fun tonight. I hope you did too. I'm going to call it a night. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Have a happy holiday if I don't see you before then, but I kind of feel like I'll see you before the holiday, okay? All right, guys. Have a good night.